गुड इवनिंग गाइस, कैन यू मी? सुन पा रहे हैं मुझे? सॉरी फॉर बीइंग लेट, साइन इन में इशू हो रहा था। Dilip, can you please make me the host? Okay, thank you Dilip. Okay, so last class हमारा with Knox हो गया था ना, right? We were already at VOC. Am I correct, guys? So we were already at Knox, right? Knox हमारा हो गया था. We did the VOC. Now we'll see the fuel quality, and then हम शुरू करेंगे your Marpol Annex 6 chapter 4, right? वो हम करेंगे. Just a moment. Okay. So this was the one, right? Guys, can you hear me? सुन पा रहे हो मुझे? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you please repeat the certificates? Certificates क्या क्या होते हैं आपके इसमें Annex 6 में? In the meantime, I search for that. Please, anybody? Certificates क्या होते हैं आपके मार्क Annex 6 में?
IAPP,
Correct.
EIAPP,
Then
IEP,
very good. Then statement of compliance for, remember statement of compliance for fuel oil data
Weather.
report and carbon intensity rating. Right, we'll see that. Okay. 16 हमारा इंसिनेटर का हो गया था. Reception facilities, इसमें क्या what they are saying over here is that जो भी आपकी parties हैं, parties means the flag state, right? आपका जो flag state है, so जो भी आपका flag state है, right? That is the flag state. So flag state they must take the sufficient measures, okay? ताकि उनके पास reception facilities होनी चाहिए, right? Reception facilities हमें क्यों चाहिए reception facility? For collection of ODS, right? And also for reception of the residues from the EGCS. Scrubber tower याद है आपको? उसका जो residue निकलेगा, उसको receive करने के लिए you must have the proper provisions, right? Then इसमें क्या बोला गया that we must help the smaller states, okay, to implement the regulations. Means उनको आपने support करना. That is all given in this. Nothing much in that, right? And इसमें जल्दी पूछता नहीं है. Still I have told you a brief introduction, right? This is bit important, not bit, काफी important. Fuel availability and quality. This is where your phone hour will come. Guys, please turn off your mic. Am I clear? किसी का audio आ रहा है? Okay, very good. So now we are going to the fuel oil availability and quality, right? In this here, are you aware that what are the regulations now for the sulfur? अभी कौन सा regulations आपका sulfur के लिए in this? Yes, the sulfur requirements. They are, before it was 3.5, right? That down, it came down to 1%, and now it has come to 0.5, right? For outside ICA. Outside ICA पहले 3.5 था, उससे हुआ 1.0%, and then now it is 0.5%, right? That is outside the emission controlled area, outside SICA. Okay, इसमें outside SICA. Okay. Now coming on to the inside SICA, what are the latest requirements, guys? It is 0.1% of sulfur mass by mass. Okay, ये आपका latest regulation है for the sulfur. कितना होना चाहिए? How much should be the minimum sulfur requirements, right? But now recently one question was asked by the surveyor. I'll get to that also. Regarding this only, right? इसी के बारे में पूछा गया था. So this is the latest requirements. Outside SICA is 0.5% and inside SICA, inside the emission controlled area, that is 0.1%, right? ये पूछा गया. But now there is also a rule. आपने, you might have read before, that ship should not be like he should not change his voyage. जो उसका route था उसको change नहीं करना है. When we were talking about the sulfur, to just achieve the compliance, right? Suppose आपको you did not get the compliant fuel. Okay, suppose you tried your best but you were not able to receive the fuel, right? So what will be your actions? What you will do? This is where you
phone or
hello
phone or sir.
Yes, correct. That is FONAR, right? FONAR stands for fuel
Oil non-availability report.
Correct, right? So in that case, first of all, you have to go by a procedure. It's not like you just called one bunker supplier and by nahi mila, okay, direct FONAR fill karo. No, that is not the one, right? So you have to contact several parties, right? आपको practically different bunker parties को, like जो भी आपके supplier उनको contact करना पड़ेगा. You must have the record of actions, okay, that you have tried your best to achieve compliance, still you were not able. Then you have to take this evidence, keep all the documented, like email communication, right? whomever you tried. So all the attempts you have to keep the proofs with you. Okay, because you see this line, right? You are not supposed to change your voyage. Suppose you are going from Mumbai to Dubai, right? On the way you have Gujarat. They told, okay, you can go to Gujarat and take the fuel compliant. But that is not the requirement. Just for compliance, you are not supposed to change your voyage. Okay. So that is when you will fill your phone hour. Okay. And ship has to notify the flag state also when he is not able to purchase. Okay. Then fuel oil quality. Now, in this, one question has been asked recently by a surveyor. Suppose you sent your fuel, that is, let's say 0.5, right? 0.5% fuel आपने send किया था, which you received on board, right? That was you received as per the regulation that is less than 0.5%. But when the result came, it came as 0.52% mass by mass of sulfur. So what you will do? Is it compliant or is it non-compliant?
Compliant, sir.
Yes. Recently, some error has been given, right? जो आपका थोड़ा सा recently I gave a circular for that. I'll just put that image. So for your compliant fuel, 0.5 is allowed to deviate for till until 0.53%. Okay. And 0.1% is allowed to have a deviation of 0.11%. Okay. I have a photo for that. I'll just send it to you, right? After the class. Now in this, the important things are the BDN is mentioned over here and the okay. How much time we should keep the BDN on board? Anybody? कितना time
Sir,
रखना
after completing the bunker, another 1 year, another 2 years we have to.
Okay. So see, the BDN should be kept on board for another 2 years. What you are saying?
From the date of completion of the bunker.
Okay. It is generally BDN has to be kept for 3 years. Right. Bunker delivery note has to be kept for 3. I'll just show you where it's written. See, the BDN shall be kept on board the ship in such a place as to be readily available for inspection at all given time. It shall be retained for a period of 3 years after the fuel has been delivered on board. Okay. It is 3 years for the BDN. BDN means just that paper. जिसमें हम लेते हैं ना, उसमें लिखा होता है, right? The contents, where the oil is delivered, date of delivery, quantity, the fuel characteristics, right? And statement is also added कि the fuel is compliant with regulation 14-1, right? मतलब जो आपका sulfur compliant. The one which you trying to say, that is the sample, right? Sample कितना time रखते हैं on board, guys? Anybody? Yes, sample is to be sealed and signed by the supplier, represented by master office in charge. Okay. You have to retain it under the ship's control until the fuel is substantially consumed. Guys, please focus on this word. Substantially means, in layman term, we can say mota khatam kar diya, right? Means almost kar diya. Almost is the equivalent. Substantially consumed, right? Not until the last drop, but substantially. But in any case of period not less than 12 months. Now suppose you got your fuel in January, right? You consumed it by March. Okay, January 2020. You consumed it by 2020 March. So you will keep it until what? Which date? Until January 2021. 12 months आपको रखना ही पड़ेगा. Okay. Now you might be thinking that एक साल से ज़्यादा fuel कहाँ ही रखते हैं, right? Suppose you took a bunker today, right? Let's say on January 2020 you get again a bunker. समझ आ रहा है आपको? Then your ship went for layup. It went for layup for कितना time के लिए? Let's say it went for 2 years. Okay. Now you're already in January 2022, right? So your fuel was not consumed until now. Okay. So you have exceeded the 12 months, right? कम से कम आपको 12 महीना रखना ही रखना है. अगर उतना नहीं रख रहे हो, means अगर time period is going more than that, then you have to keep for that much time. Understood? If you consume it less than a month, less than a year, less than 12 months, you have to at least keep it for 12 months or until the fuel is substantially consumed. Guys, understood? If surveyor asks you, please mention this word, substantially consumed, right?
Sir.
Okay. Now let us proceed to the next one. And I'm sure like contents of BDN and all that you might be knowing, right? The fuel characteristics. The recent change which they want to know is there must be a statement by the fuel supplier. There must be a statement by the fuel supplier that this fuel is complying with the regulation, that is 14, right? 14 कौन सा आपका? Remember? Yes. 14 is Om Namah Shivaya. Remember? So Om Namah Shivaya. O starts from 12, right? So it is. Just a minute. I'll just want to show you the PDF. It is sulfur, right? ODS, NOx आएगा फिर Shivaya as for NOx, SOx, right? So it's not open. So वो आएगा. So it will be mentioned that ये जो मैं fuel supply कर रहा हूँ, it's complying with that regulations. Or 4 is the EGCS, right? Okay, you see. So these are the contents generally. The last one is the latest one, right? 14.1 or 18.3. ये declaration important, इसको बोलना मत भूलिएगा. Please take a screenshot of this one, right? This is the one he wants to hear. This is the latest thing. Okay. And recently there is one more amendment related to BDN. Guys, anybody can please tell me what is the latest amendment related to BDN? ये अभी हुआ just थोड़े time पहले. Yes, anybody? What is the latest regulation related to BDN? Anybody? 70 degrees Celsius flash point सुना कुछ किसी ने?
हाँ yes sir. Flash point वहाँ पे mention होना चाहिए and should be more than 70 degrees.
See, it is not should be more than 70. यहाँ पे लोगों को misconception हो गया, right? At least you know that is a very good thing. But here is a misconception people have. What they have told is that either you keep it at 70 से ऊपर आप test करते हो, no need to mention the flash point. आप एक just statement लिख दीजिए. Okay, you just write a statement. Just a moment. You are just supposed to write the statement, right? Okay. You just write a statement that it is more than 70, right? Okay, this is the one.
So I didn't understand this point.
Wait, I'll just tell you. Please read this. Okay. The committee adopted resolution. Okay, please read from here. Marple and 6 to include flashpoint as mandatory information in the BDN, right? Okay. So in this, what they have told is that suppose if you do the testing of the fuel above 70 degrees Celsius, right? Let's say you do the testing of the fuel above 70 degrees Celsius, right? So in that case, you did not need to mention the exact value, mathematical value आपको लिखना जरूरी नहीं. Okay, you have to just write a statement that your fuel is having flash point greater than 70 degrees Celsius. Wait, I'll just show you. ये recently आपका change हुआ, right? Okay. This has been approved. See, please read this. According to this means that supplier will need to provide an actual measure flash point on the BDN unless the flash point has been measured at or above 70. मतलब suppose अगर आपका flash point 70 से कम है, then you have to mention the exact mathematical value. If you have tested the flash point above 70, in that case, no need to mention the mathematical value. Just write a statement that our fuel has been tested above 70 degrees Celsius. समझ आ रहा है आपको? If they want, they can actually give the value also, but you can give a statement also. See, just remember this line. A statement will be adequate if the flash point has been measured at or above 70, but suppliers can also provide an actual flash point. समझ रहे हैं आप? Just you need not to mention the mathematical value if you are testing it more than 70 degrees Celsius when you're doing the test. Still confusion? Please let me know, guys. It's still not clear.
No, sir. No, sir. Above 70 degree, we don't need to give the mathematical value. Less than 70 degree, we have to.
Yes, that is the latest. Or you can above 70 when you do the test, you have to just write a statement, right? You have to just write a statement. That is the latest amendment.
If it is less than 70, you have to mention the correct value.
Yes, correct. Because लोगों को क्या लग रहा that it is कि आपका जो 60 वाला पैरामीटर था वो चेंज करके 70 कर दिया, वैसा नहीं है. It is just a manipulation with the statement, right? खाली आपका statement का manipulation है. It is there. No, this is not the one. Anyways, okay, I'll just, it's in the ABS. I'll just show you later, right? इसको मैं आपको बाद में बता दूंगा. इसमें था. And guys, please go through the latest. Okay, just a minute. Flashpoint. So it will enter into force on first May. I'll just get you that whole value, right? बाद में आपको पूरा भेज दूंगा. Okay. But that is the main in the nutshell. But I'm telling you, right? Okay. So BDN हो गया, and for ETO they might ask the contents of BDN, right? That you have to remember. Fuel characteristics, आपका sulfur content हो गया, water content हो गया, right? Ash content हो गया. Then other things, the ship details, barge details, कहाँ से आप load कर रहे हो, right? These are very simple things which they will ask you. Okay, you can do that, right? नहीं तो आप जो स्टोनमिन का मैंने फाइल खोला था अभी, उसको आप देख सकते हो, right? Coming back to that, and just I want to revise the same thing which I told you. This is the latest circular which has got that amendments, right? देखिए, if you are having the limit as 0.1, okay, just go back. हमने थोड़ी देर पहले किया था, right? So if you are having a value as 0.1, कि आपका 0.1 होना चाहिए, right? But अगर आपका आंसर कितना आता है, if you get value as 1, right? You get your value as 1, still it is meeting the requirement. Means 0.01 को ने tolerance limit दिया है. In simple terms, if I want to explain, okay, यहाँ पे 0.5 है, उसको कितना दे दिया है? 0.03 का एक्स्ट्रा आपको, they are given 0.53 का आपको एक्स्ट्रा टॉलरेंस दिया है. Understood? Means you are still complying with the regulations. Understood? This was a question recently asked in MMD. Okay, to class 2. But anyway, information good for ET also. Okay, back to this. I'll just send this file. Okay. Okay. It's not opening this time. Okay. So next is okay. This is the one. So आपको please remember 3 years is for the BDM. For the sulfur, sorry, for this BDM जो पेपर है वो 3 साल रखना, और जो सैंपल आपने मिनिमम 12 महीना, और until the fuel is substantially consumed, right? Until the fuel is substantially consumed. Okay. Now we are jumping into the most important part, that is your chapter 4, right? This whole chapter is all about the carbon reduction. हम बात करेंगे सिर्फ और सिर्फ carbon reduction करना, हमने carbon reduction. Only same thing we are going to say again and again, right? This is the chapter 4 of Marcodynamics, and this is the most important topic which is being asked to the whether you are ETA class 4 or class 2. Okay, so please focus on this. So we'll quickly jump onto the important things, right? First of all, regulation number 22, that is your, इसमें आपने terms सुने होंगे, you might have heard, right? Terms: attained EEDI, attained EEXI, and required EEXI and required EEDI. ये आपने सुना होगा, right? First of all, you have to remember the definition, especially for ETO. What is EEDI? EEDI stands for Energy Efficiency Design Index. Guys, please focus on the last word. यहाँ पे बहुत लोग confuse होते हैं because CII में I का indicator हो जाएगा. The I will change to indicator in CII, right? And in EEDI and this EEXI it will be index. Please focus on this, right? So please remember the definition. Energy Efficiency Design Index. EEDI वो होता है और आपका EEXI is just a minute. Okay, see, Energy Efficiency यहाँ पे I index है, but X stands for, इसमें दो words आएंगे, that is existing ship. Okay, to go by the full form, it will become EESI. वो नहीं है. It is X stands for existing ship. समझ आ गया आपको? Guys, do you understand? Anybody has a problem with the, like, everybody can understand Hindi, right? Or I'll try to continue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, understood.
Okay. So X stands for existing ships. Okay. Please remember this X has two words in it. Don't go by that assumption that it is only 4 words, means 4 words will come out of that. Okay. Now let's focus on the basic things first. कौन चीज क्या होती है, right? Now you might have given some exams, right? Suppose आपको exam देते हो, है ना? आपने कोई exam दे दिया, तो उसमें एक चीज होती है, right? Have you ever focused there are something called as attained marks. Okay, one एक होता है attained और एक होता है required. Required means this is the benchmark, or we can say the benchmark means to pass the exam, है ना? वैसे ही रहता है ना? So required we can say set by the regulations, है ना? समझ रहे हो आप? Required. Now attained marks are marks obtained, how much you get. Suppose exam is of 100, you have to pass. Passing marks are, let's say the required marks are 50. Okay, attained can be 0 also, can be 100 also. That does not make a difference, right? But your marks will decide whether you are complying with the regulation or not complying. समझ आ रहा है आपको what is attained, required? समझ आ रहा difference? Attained means which you achieve. Okay, achieve. Okay, understood? And required is set by the regulation. This much you need to achieve. Now let me tell you this attained EEDI and EEXI, ये सब क्या है? This is all showing the how much carbon you are releasing. CO2 आप कितना release कर रहे हो, right? We will see that in detail also. Don't worry. I'll take each and everything in detail. But just generic, I'm telling you, it will show आप कितना CO2 release कर रहे हैं atmosphere में. Okay? How much amount of CO2 you are releasing in the atmosphere? That is all we are talking about this. ये chapter पूरा ही वो है. Okay. Now just let me know. If you are getting higher marks, means you are releasing. If you are getting higher index, that is marks over here. If you are, let's say, attained EEDI or your EEXI, that is showing how much amount of CO2 you are releasing, right? If it is more, if the index is more, means you are releasing more amount of CO2. So what do you want? Your index to be higher or lower than the required? Please tell me.
Low amount of CO2.
Correct, right? ये कोई आपका फर्स्ट पोजीशन वाला नहीं चल रहा दैट यू पूरा फुल मार्क्स लेना है. ओके, रिक्वायर्ड का जो आपका मार्क्स रहेगा, रिक्वायर्ड जो आपको वैल्यू रहेगी ईडीआई की, आपको हमेशा उससे नीचे रहना. यू ऑलवेज हैव टू बी लोअर देन द रिक्वायर्ड, राइट? यू मस्ट बी ऑलवेज lower or equal to. Okay, so your attained EEDI or EEXI should always be lower, right, or equal to the required. आपको इतना समझ आएगा guys? Same goes for EEXI also, right? आपको मैंने बेसिक एक इंडक्शन बता दिया उसका. Now we'll go into the technical details. समझ आया आपको इतना guys? Any doubt until now? Please ask. कुछ भी doubt है तो अभी. And guys, if you have any doubt, please feel free because this is one of the most important topic और पूछते हैं बहुत ज्यादा इसमें. NX6 में फेवरेट चीज है उनकी आजकल. Okay, because we are all doing this because IMO का goal है that they want to achieve zero carbon shipping by the end of the century, right? That is the goal which they have set.
2050.
Yes, 2050, but I mean zero चाहिए उनको by the end of century as soon as possible. Zero carbon emission, right? Just want to see that, you just go to IMO and just see there IMO GHG
Okay, sir.
status. तो आप देख लेना उसमें आपको मिलेगा, right? Just ये see
Okay,
over
sir.
there. अब आपने बोला तो एक बार दिखा देता हूँ आपको. Literature comes so you can see.
I have studied that by 2030 they want to reduce by 50. 2050 by 50%.
I understand. See, I'll just show you their targets. By 2050, they need 50% reduction, right? And zero greenhouse gas emission means पूरा zero करना चाहते हैं by the as soon as possible. Okay, they set these values 40%. This is a timeline, right? You can read that later, right? This is the complete timeline which they set. This is the whole timeline from the IMO. Okay, let's go back to the topic. It would be good if the class 2 can remember the regulation number also. 22 क्या है attained EED, 23 क्या है, right? If you can. Okay. So जनरली आपको ये सब पूछते हैं, पहले आपको इसका डेफिनेशन पूछेंगे, राइट? इसका बेसिक फॉर्मूला पूछेंगे, आप इसको कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हो वो पूछेंगे, एंड देन दे विल जंप ऑन टू द सीम. सीम भी इंपॉर्टेंट है इसमें, पार्ट 1 पार्ट 2 पार्ट 3. ओके, दैट वी विल सी एवरीथिंग. आपने यहाँ पे देख लिया अटेन्ड मींस व्हिच यू आर ऑब्टेनिंग इन 22 एंड 23. ओके, अब रेगुलेशन ने आपके लिए क्या सेट किया, दैट इज required EDA, right? जो आपको रेगुलेशन ने सेट किया है. Okay, this is the required to meet the regulations. Okay, and regulation number 40. Okay, 24 is required and regulation 25 is also required EXI. पहले EDA था, फिर बाद में EX आ गया. Okay, you can see here also attained EXI क्या होना चाहिए? Should be always less than the required or equal to. Correct? Okay. Okay. Now, first of all, I'll just give you a familiarity with the required also. अब देखिए, if you see the formula, what is required formula? Required formula is equal to 1 minus x by 100 into reference line. Okay, that is the formula. आप सिर्फ इसमें फोकस करिए, just skip the attained part for now, right? That is the formula. Required कितना होना चाहिए? 1 minus x by 100 into reference line value. Reference line value का formula क्या? That is a into b to the power minus c. b क्या आपका? This is the anybody? Dead weight, and a and c are constant. They are constants, right? Okay, I'll just show you reference line के value का formula. Okay, see, a into b to power minus c. Okay, I'm sure the surveyor might not ask that how it came a into b to power minus c, but if you want to know ऐसा क्यों आया, तो shall I tell you or shall we go ahead कि ये ऐसा क्यों है? You want to know why this is so, or shall we? You just want to learn it? मतलब सिर्फ रट्टा मार.
Okay.
Okay, shall we? Shall I tell you in detail why it came?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. देखिए, suppose they want to set the regulation, right? अब ऐसा तो नहीं कि उनको सपना आएगा. They just got a dream. Okay, we'll set it this value, right? They also need to have some basis, right? So what they did is that they took the data. They took the data of 10 years from where? From IHSF, right? ये आपका एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसको अथॉरिटी दिया है किसने? IMO ने, to issue the IMO numbers. Remember IMO number as per SOLAS chapter 11-1 आपका ship identification number आता है ना, उसमें उसको अथॉरिटी दिया, that is IHSF, Information Handling Service Certificate. This is a company, right? Recently taken over by S&P Global. कोई बात नहीं, just remember एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो पूरा डाटा रखती है, ठीक है? तो they have just made a graph for that. यहाँ पे डेड वेट डाला और यहाँ पे डाल दिया EEDI. Okay, for past vessels they tried to make a reference. तो उन्होंने क्या किया? They just tried to plot the graph. ऐसे उन्होंने they just make this data में plot किया like this, right? Okay. Then they took and this is I'll tell you, this is all graphs are ship specific. Means If this one is for a bulk carrier, it will be only for a bulk carrier, not oil tanker. Oil tanker का अलग graph होगा, then gas tanker का अलग होगा. I'll tell you. Okay. Then they took a average line, right? उन्होंने एक इसमें average line draw की और ऐसे वो आपकी line ऐसे आई, ठीक है? Now this line is called as the reference line. Okay. मैं आपको थोड़ा +2 का आपसे मैथ्स पूछना चाहूंगा. I'd like to ask, what is the formula of straight line in maths? Y is equal to
mx plus c.
Correct, mx plus c. Same way, this curve which has come, right? This is represented by a mathematical formula that is equal to a into b to power minus c, where b is the dead weight. Okay, and a and c are constant. अब आपको आइडिया लगा ऐसा फॉर्मूला क्यों आया? Have you got an idea, guys?
Yes, sir.
So this is just a mathematical formula of the shape of the line which they took from the history, right? For normal vessels, mostly they have taken 10 years data, and for passenger vessels, they went for 12 years data, right? Historical data they have taken from 1998 to I think 2000 to 2010. They have taken, right? I'm not exact sure about the timelines, but still, this is the data, right? So I'll show you, I'll prove it to you, right? See, bulk carrier, you see, right? Bulk carrier, constant alag hai, right? If you see container ship, the constants are different. Okay, LNG, every ship has a different constant. Or B में आपका क्या dead weight है? So it proves the thing that these graphs, these reference lines, they are different for different type of vessel. समझ रहे हो आप guys? आपको समझ आ रहा है? Any doubt until now? Please let me know. These graphs which they plotted, right? They are ship specific. Okay. That is how you got the reference line value. Okay.
Sir, in this A and C, both of them are constant.
Correct. They both are constant. Okay. Because you know mathematics, it has a lot of constant. So what they did is that initially, now please tell me when EDA came into picture. EDA कब आया था पहला आपका first time? 1st January 2013, right? It was the date when EDA first came into picture. Okay. 1st January 2013, EEDI, not XI, EEDI, okay, and EXI came into picture on 1st January 2023. इसी महीने आया, okay. Entry into force I'm talking about, guys. Entry into force. So as of now, for a moment, let's just forget the XI. We'll first focus on the EDI. Okay. Okay. What EDI says basically is, okay, just a moment. Okay, EDI, right? So there are 3 phases in this, right? First was the phase 0 भी था 13 से लेके 2 साल तक, 13 से लेके 14 means 31st December 2014, right? Then phase 1 they decided 5 साल का time period रहेगा, right? Phases will be 5 years. Okay, phase 2 will be, so it will be 15 to 20. Then phase 2 will be 20 to 25, right? So phase 3 will be 25 and onwards. That is the strategy.
Now phase zero is 13 to 14.
13 to 14 means 2 years. That is 31st of December 2014, right? Means exact 2 years. So it is actually, you see, मतलब जैसे हम calculate करते हैं, it is 2 years almost. 1st January 2013 to 31st December 2014. So it is just 1 day short of 2015, right? Okay. आप समझ रहे हो what I'm trying to tell you? See, this is the timeline, right? Let's say this is the 2013. Okay. Same if you see these dates, right? The last date is always the 31st December 2019. This will be 31st December 2024. Okay. Actually, it is 5 years they have taken. Okay, this is almost 5 years. Exact date is this. I'll show you. So they told that you have to go phase by phase. Now suppose you built a vessel, right? Immediately regulation and I tell, okay, make 50% reduction. Not possible, right? They need some time. Dhire dhire, kabhi 10 bolenge. First we'll say 10, then 20, then 30. That is how we want to achieve the goal. You can't make it in a go, right? Okay, same way. Please focus over here, the columns which I'm marking right as of now. phase 0, phase 1, okay, 5 years, right? 5 years है ना? You see the date, 31st December. 5 साल हो गया ना? Then phase 2, please don't see this column, I'll get back to that. The blue which I'm marking, and then phase 3. Okay, these all are 5 years, right? Then they started the reductions, right? Means इतना आपको reduce करना पड़ेगा. पहले 0%, 10%, right? Okay. Let me take this gas carrier. Okay, I'll take bulk carrier only. 0, 10, 20, 30 means every year, every phase, 10% reduction. And this will be different for different types of vessel. Okay, I'll just take this then. Let's say general cargo, right? Or let's say this tanker. It is 0, 10, 20, 30. Okay.
Tanker.
Okay. So all types of vessel they are given over here. सबके लिए आपको बताया कि आपको कितना reduction करना है. Depends on which phase you are. Okay. Because this EEDI and EXI, what they are called? They are called as a, yes, these are called as a, there are two things. They are called as a technical measure. Technical measure. Technical measure क्या होते हैं? These are one time compliance. एक बार कर दिया हो गया. Only one time करो आप. Okay. एक बार करना है खाली. You do it one time, done. Finish story. Okay. Next is operational measure. Operation means लगे रहो. Keep monitoring, keep doing, right? That is your continuous, right? Continuous. That is your CI आपका क्या है? Operational है. और EXI और EDI, they are one-time measures, right? So that is what I'm trying to tell you, right? These are one-time. So depends when did you build your vessel. उस पे depend करता है कि आप पे कौन सा phase apply करेगा. Suppose if I built my vessel in 2017, then I'll comply with 10, right? If I built my vessel in 2022, आज बनाता हूँ तो 20% reduction चाहिए मुझे. The reference line से 20%, right? Understood until here, guys?
Yes, sir.
समझ आ रहा है? कुछ समझ नहीं आया? Please let me know. I'll repeat that. Please. Anybody कुछ part समझ नहीं आया मुझे बताइए.
ये जो reference line था, whatever you said about the reference line. So for 0%, they will have a reference line. For 10%, they will have a reference line. So from that reference line, we have to make a 10% reduction.
Yes.
Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes, correct. Just I was getting to that, right? So very good. You told the thing. आपने पहले decode कर दिया. अच्छी बात है. Okay. So this was the reference line, right? This I got the exact value. Now I have to take that as a reference. This is my reference line, and I have to do the reduction. इससे मुझे reduction करना पड़ेगा, right? So if you see the actual formula, that is जो आपका, this is the reference line value, right? A reference line value. Okay. You see the actual formula in the MARPOL. That is required EDI, right? Required EDI is equal to 1 minus x by 100 into reference line value, where x is the reduction factor. ये जो बड़ा सा देख रहे हैं ना 1 minus x by 100, कुछ नहीं, इसने आपको खाली कंफ्यूज करने के लिए बोला, right? This is just the reduction value. अब आप just काम करिए, 10% reduction करना. 1 minus 10 by 100 तो कितना हो गया? 1 minus 0.1 कितना हो गया? 9.9 हो गया, है ना? ऐसे 90% समझ गया. Simple maths, right? Let's say 20% answer will be 0.8 into reference value. Then if we say 0.5, then it will be 0.5 into reference value. This is just a percentage reduction which you are doing, right? Just formula डाला percentage का और कुछ नहीं है. Okay, this is just a formula. So that is how we will calculate the required EDI. So required EDI is equal to 1 minus x by 100 into the reference line value. That is this, right? Now, please let me know, anybody, please tell me, how will I find the value of x? कहाँ से मिलेगी मुझे value x की? And how will I decide how much will be the value? Yes, anybody, please?
The table.
Correct. You will see which phase you are following. आप कौन से phase में हो? And then you will decide how much is the reduction you need, right? Suppose you are a container ship, right? And you want to build in, let's say today. Okay. So I'll come back to that also. Why these things are done, right? So you can come to 50, 45, right? इसमें क्या है? The concept is that जितना बड़ा आपका शिप है, the larger size of the vessel it is, the more stringent are the regulations, है ना? Because they are trying to target the big fishes in the market. Okay, the bigger is the vessel size, the bigger or stringent is the rule. जितना बड़ा आप गाड़ी लोगे उतना ही महंगा आपका चालान होगा, समझ गए? Like in layman terms, बड़ा गाड़ी बड़ा चालान. Okay, same way. Okay, understood guys?
So they always take the bigger size vessel on
No.
that particular type of vessel.
No, actually it's not bigger size vessel, but I will, okay, just wait for 2 minutes and then I'll get back to you. I'll explain the thing. Okay, I have told you about these things, right? ये मैंने आपको बताया just अभी. Now coming back to the other side of the table. अब आप देखिए यहाँ पे दो अलग से बैठे हुए हैं, दो phase 2 यहाँ भी बैठ गया और यहाँ भी आ गया phase 3, right? Why these two? ये दोनों अलग अलग क्यों चल रहे हैं? Okay, we'll come to that. अब देखिए what happened is that there are some kind of vessels you might have heard, right? Like our beloved Ever Given, which was stuck in Suez Canal, right? It was such a humongous ship, very big ship, right? So it will be burning a lot of fuel, right? The ship builders, they started to build very, very big vessel, right? बहुत बड़ा vessels बना रहे हैं. So now the IMO got worried. उन्होंने पहले strategy बना दिया था, but they started building very big vessels. Okay. So they saw that these big vessels are causing a lot of pollution, right? So to keep them in check, such kind of vessels, what they did is that they advanced the phase 3. उन्होंने क्या किया? For some type of vessels, they advanced means date change कर दिया, or I can say the preponing of the phase 3. Understand? So for these kind of vessels, the phase 3 started from 1st April 2022. Okay, that is why you have two columns. It is not for all vessels, it's only for the certain kind of vessels. Can you see on my screen, guys? So see, yes, for these phase 3 has preponed, so उनका phase 2 कम हो जाएगा ना, है ना? उनका देखिए यहाँ पे इन कुछ का phase 2 आपका 31 मार्च 2022 पे खत्म हो गया. It has ended last year only. So if you see today, we are in phase 3 also and phase 2 also, depend on the type of the vessel. If you go for a container vessel, you are already in phase 3, my friend. You see container ship, आपका इसका ये वाला कॉलम खाली है ना? तो इसके लिए पहले ही phase 3 चालू हो गया. अब देखिए 2 लाख से ऊपर जाओगे 50% रिडक्शन करो, 1 लाख 20, 45, 80, 40, 40,000, 35. Means if the size is going more, the more stringent regulation. You will make more big ship, no problem. I'll put more stringent regulation on you. You got my basic idea what I'm trying to tell you guys? समझ आ रहा है आपको? यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है आपको समझ आया? So that is how you will get your EDI, right? Means reduction factor. Okay. Because this is important. EDI is most important. If you understand that, EXI is just a cakewalk for you. Okay, and CI is also a cakewalk for you if you get EDI in detail. Okay. Okay, good. So इसमें जो रिडक्शन आपको जब पूछेंगे तो आपको ये फॉर्मूला याद करना पड़ेगा. Required EDI का 1 minus x by 100 into the reference line value. He might ask you the formula of what is the reference line value. You have to say a into b to power minus c, where b is dead weight, right? And a and c are constant. So
in that case, what will be the explanation for x, sir? In which phase we are in, and that how much percentage reduction that we are supposed to make?
Okay, no, you don't need to. For exam point of view, you need not to remember the value first of all, right? You are not some कोई आप data entry hard drive नहीं है, right? He also understands. So you have to tell that, sir, it depends on the type of the vessel. Okay, see, suppose if you are sailing in a, let's say, in a bulk carrier. For him, you are not in phase, you are in phase 2 now, right? You are falling in this category. समझ रहे हो? You understand? You are already in the phase 2. Yes. Because for bulk carrier it will last till 2024. But suppose you are a gas carrier, okay, and your dead weight is more than 15,000, then you are in phase 3 already. But if you are a smaller size of a gas carrier, let's say from 15,000 to 10,000, you are still in phase 2, right?
2 only. Yes, sir.
It will depend on the type of the vessel also, and also the size. Type पे भी depend करेगा and size पे भी, right? They have already targeted the big size gas carrier, but छोटे वाले के लिए अभी भी उसको थोड़ा relaxation है. Okay, they have asked them to relax until now. Okay, We are still in phase 2. Guys, you understood the basic concept?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. And this is very important, right? It should be crystal clear. Otherwise, they might put a cross question and try to. And one more advice I would like to tell you. Surveyor आपको जितना पूछे उतना ही बताना. पूरे पत्ते शुरू में मत खोल देना, right? Don't open all your cards at first go. Because for sure there is a cross question coming. And we also know surveyor knows more than us. Correct. So don't open your all
Exactly,
cards
sir.
at first go, right? Keep them
Exactly, sir.
for the cross questions. Okay. Now you have done the required part, right? Now let's jump on to the attained, means how much you are producing, right? Okay. Basically, what is EDI? EDI आप क्या कर रहे हो? This is just called as EDI is the impact to the environment divided by the benefit for the society. What is impact to the environment? What is the harm you are causing? You are releasing the CO2 into the atmosphere. That is the harm to the environment, right? And benefit, somebody is carrying cargo for you, right? So EDI is just the how much amount of CO2 you are emitting divided by the transport work, right? The actual formula which is given in the Marpol, that is just right. I know, very difficult to understand, right? ये बहुत मुश्किल है पढ़ने के लिए. कोई बात नहीं. I'll get you a simple one. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. Don't go into this. फिर भी मैं आपको एक reference देता हूँ क्या चीज बोल रहा है, right? I'll come to that. The basic formula which we have to remember for exam is, please remember this: ED is equal to power into specific fuel consumption into carbon conversion factor. Please guys note this value, right? अब लिख लीजिए. This is very important. What is the formula of ED? They will ask you. So you have to calculate the. It is called as the mathematical formula: power into SFC into the carbon conversion factor divided by dead weight into speed, right? And basically definition इसमें जो होता है आप इसको ये बोल सकते हैं. It is an index that estimates the grams of CO2 per transport.
Sir, can you please show me that formula once again, sir?
Okay, just a moment. It's an index that estimates the grams of CO2 per transport work, right? Means how much amount of CO2 you are emitting or let's say releasing into the atmosphere while you are transporting the cargo, right? Guys, अगर बलबीर सर का लिंक आएगा तो मुझे बता देना, right? I'll continue the class until then. Okay. Have you written the formula, guys? Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. अब आप देखिए, this is for a class 2. I'll just try to elaborate much into this, right? I'll try to go deeper. So what over here is that what he has done? You have to calculate what power, right? If you just multiply, let's say, power into the SFOC, right?
Sir, जो आपका वो पहला वाला जो definition था, it is the index that indicates the CO2 emission as per the cargo carried, something like that.
Per transport work, right? I'll get to that, right? I'll just put this file in group also. Don't worry, ये पूरा आपका इसमें आ जाएगा. ये लिंक मैं आपको डाल देता हूँ अभी इसके बाद, ठीक है? I'll just explain. तो आप कितना CO2 आप emit कर रहे हो, right? Now I have to calculate that. सबसे पहले मुझे पता होना चाहिए मैं कितना fuel burn कर रहा हूँ, है ना? I must know how much amount of fuel I'm burning. Guys, can I calculate how much fuel I'm burning if I just multiply the SFOC into power? Can I get or not?
Yes,
Means
sir.
how much amount of fuel I'm burning, right? Simple maths. Power into SFOC is the amount of fuel I've burned, right? It is SFC generally. Okay, I will get how much amount of fuel I've burned. Any doubts until here? Now I've got the amount of fuel, right? Okay. If I just multiply it with the carbon conversion factor, what is that? This is actually a value which will tell you how much amount of carbon or CO2 a fuel, a type of fuel will release when it is burnt into the atmosphere. So I will just multiply it with that. The total amount of fuel into the carbon conversion factor, right? I'll just show you. See, non-dimensional conversion between the fuel oil consumption and CO2 emission, right? Okay. तो आपको इसमें CF की वैल्यू मिल जाती है, right? You'll get that value over here. That you will get divided by capacity. Capacity is generally taken as dead weight. Not always. Let me tell you, not always. It is generally. dead weight into the V reference. That is how you will, यहाँ पे आपका आ गया, आपने कितना टोटल आपने कार्बन कितना बर्न किया है ना, और नीचे आपको पता चल गया आपने कितनी स्पीड पे कितना कार्गो कैरी किया. So that is a transport work. So that is actually what you are doing over here, right? If you see this formula, CO2 emission, that is power into SFC into the carbon conversion factor divided by transport work.
This carbon conversion factor came from amount of fuel burn into conversion factor, sir.
No, it is actually a standard value. It is given, right? Let's say it is. I'll just show you the actual thing. Just a minute. I'll just show you the actual thing. I'll share this file with you. Otherwise, okay. Actually, it is a value given when you take the fuel, right? उसमें आपको पहले value दिया होता है. This is the value you have to use to find. Means if you burn, let's say I gave you HFO some grade, right? Some grade of HFO. I told you the value is 4.8. Okay, it means suppose if you burn 1 ton of fuel, right? So it means this much amount of carbon you will send into the atmosphere, right? These are given by the MEPC. Okay, ये आपका MEPC दे देती है पहले. That this is the value for that, right? Okay, can you see emission factor? Guys, please take a screenshot if you like, right? It is depending on the type of the fuel. See, diesel oil का कितना है? 3.2 है. Light fuel oil का 3.1 है. HFO का 3.11 है, right? Means if I burn this much ton of fuel, इतना मेरा CO2 निकलेगा. समझ रहे हैं आप guys?
Sir, first you said the EADI formula is power into SFC into fuel consumption.
Power into SFC into that is not fuel consumption, that is CF. You see over here.
Oh, that is CF carbon factor.
FC is the carbon factor. They have written FC, it is CF actually.
Okay, sir. CF. I have written FC. Okay.
No. I'll just show you over here also. If you see, okay. You see, if you see this formula also in detail, there's nothing tough. You just see what they have done is that what they have done is that I just want to show you this formula. It looks dangerous. But first time right? But it is not dangerous if you just see in detail. They have just added the different machineries. Main engine they have taken uska separately, right? Because you might be burning HFO on the main engine and diesel in the auxiliary engine, है ना? Might be possible. Auxiliary engine they have taken separate. Okay, auxiliary engine plus कर दिया है. Then this is the PTI is okay. Wait, and this is the minus. इन्होंने क्यों किया यहाँ पे माइनस क्यों किया? These are the energy saving devices you have fitted. Okay, तो उनसे क्या जो आपका कार्बन आप प्रोड्यूस कर रहे थे वो उसके लिए कंपनसेट करता ना, like your energy saving devices you are fitting, right? Let's say waste heat recovery system, all these things. So उसमें आपको यहाँ पे नेगेटिव आ जाता है. Okay, this is where you are using the energy saving devices to reduce the EEDI, right? This is why it is given in minus. Okay, जो आपको माइनस में दिया, this is the energy saving devices. That is why you keep fitting the things, right? And then V reference is the speed and capacities in the dead weight, right? So this is the actual formula. Okay. So यहाँ से आपको पता चलेगा और यहाँ से आपका वैल्यू आ गया CF का. Understood, guys? You understood? From here you will get the CF values that is given. Okay, so that is how you can calculate the EEDI values. Means which way EEDI? Attained EEDI value. Any doubt until now, guys? How to calculate? कुछ doubt है तो पूछिए मुझे.
No, sir.
Can you do it, right? Okay. Okay, so this is the which I wanted to tell you about the Marpol Annex 6 जो आपका required है और attained आपका EEDI का मैंने clear कर दिया, right? Any doubt in that? Please ask, because From this, if you know about EDI, आपका EXI and all, it's very simple. Just I will say a cakewalk for you.
Yes,
बहुत
sir.
easy होने वाला. Okay.
Sir,
बोलिए.
we have a reference line value for a into b raised to minus c.
Correct.
And then we have attained EEDI, that is 1 minus x by 100 into a into b raised to minus c.
No. That is not attained. That is, see, if you see the exact format is attained EDI should be less than equal to. Right?
Yes.
You see, if it is less than equal to. On the other side, they have told the required EDI. So that whole formula is for required EDI. That is not for attained.
Okay,
If you see that clearly. Correct? देखिए
Okay.
ध्यान से.
Yes.
है ना? और कुछ डाउट है पूछिए. Any doubt, guys? Please ask. I'll just put this file also. And this which I am showing you, this is the new, right, certified one, means latest one. Purana wala mat kariye, please. Okay, this is the latest Markula X6, means revised, we say it, right, revised board. Abhi I just, it came into force on 1st November 2022. And your CII, EXI, it came into force on 1st January 2023. So 3 महीने पहले वो आ गया था, है ना? So this is the one. Guys, आपको समझ आ रहा है? Did you understand what I am trying to tell you? Okay. Good. Anyway, okay. Attained EXI, that will get to that, right? आपका EDI clear हो गया, right? Attained EDI, which you will achieve. You have to do that calculations, right? And attained required EDI, that we saw by the formula, right? See, if you see this, you are confused, right? When you have to say the formula for required, you have to say only this much. Attained का formula आपका क्या है? That is power into SFC into the CF, right? Divided by dead weight into the V reference, right? अब सब जगह आप dead weight नहीं लोगे, सब जगह आप dead weight नहीं लोगे, because if you just go for a cruise, right? Suppose you just go for a cruise vessel.
Excuse me, sir.
Pay there by. Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Link आ गया क्या? Have you got the link? No, not yet. Okay. I think I need to conclude the class because previous is already online. Okay, guys, don't worry. We'll continue with that right tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll continue. I'll just ask him if he wants to join the meeting. Okay, guys.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Okay.